What's up guys, Bloodburger here, 5/4/2013, and today I'm taking a quick look and doing an impressions video of Marvel Heroes. Now this is basically an action RPG in the same vein as like a Diablo or a Titan Quest or a Torchlight, except it takes Marvel heroes. As you see here, I'm using Iron Man. They give you your selection of maybe 5 to 6 different heroes in the very beginning. The game itself is in beta right now, but in the end it's going to be free to play with a cash shop where you can actually pick up more characters like Colossus and Wolverine and Storm and Captain America and Thor and Hulk and etc, etc, etc. But basically, let's just kind of walk through this and get an idea of how the gameplay is. First of all, it looked obviously a lot like Ultimate Alliance. I don't know how familiar you guys are with that or with those games, but it's about the same type of game. But it has more of a Diablo style skill system and item system, whereas you can equip different pieces of armor. I believe you get like a shoulder piece, a head piece, a chest piece, maybe a belt. Yeah, you see here I'm in the inventory, but it was so brief I couldn't really tell. And these pieces of armor have different skills and power-ups on them. So whereas your character never really changes appearance, your skills and your powers and your abilities are always getting stronger through level ups and the loot that drops off of the enemies that you kill. So think Diablo with a Marvel skin over it. And this is actually an MMO. In this first level, this first demo level, you're not going to actually see any other people with me. But as you progress through the game, you'll see a bunch of different human players running around. So you'll see maybe 10 or 12 different Iron Men, which if they've bought different costumes through the cash shop will look different, but since nobody's buying anything through the cash shop, they all look like me, which is kind of weird. I'm a heavy subscriber to the fact that there's one Iron Man and only one Iron Man, so if I get to be Iron Man, the other guy probably shouldn't. But since it's an MMO and people are gonna pick Iron Man, you get those types of problems. That was one of my nitpicks. I didn't like seeing 10 Wolverines running around in one place. It just seems kind of weird. The gameplay itself, actually not too bad. It feels like a Diablo game. When you're in the very low levels, you basically have one attack that you're spamming. And you see here I'm spamming, repulsor beams at the different not monsters, but different enemies. As you level up, obviously you get more powers. I'm not sure exactly what the level cap is, but I can tell you that you level quite slowly. This video is about 10-15 minutes long, and over the course of it I only gained 1 level. So with the leveling curve being that slow, I'm guessing that the level cap is probably pretty low. I'm not sure, I'd have to look that up. This is just an impressions video. This is my very first glimpse and glance at the game, so I'm just giving it to you as I saw it during this first 10 minutes or so. Here you see me equipping a piece of armor there. Actually, I think it gave me a little bit more defense. Well, obviously defense plus 2 to my repulsor blast, so it's like level 3 instead of level 1 now. The graphics are good. The character models look good. The level design, kind of hit and miss. This particular level looks pretty good, but after this you get transported to the Avengers headquarters, and it looks kind of cheap. The game's in beta, but I mean obviously they'll probably make improvements to that. But as it stands, the graphics are decent for what they're trying to do. They're not bad. Basically, you can look at the UI here and tell that it's a lot like a Diablo UI. You've got your red globe on the left, which represents Iron Man's health there, and you see it's dropping. You've got your main skill, your main left click skill, which you see the repulsor blast there. Then you get room for 5 more items or abilities that you can put on the bar there. Right now you see it's empty and occupied only by a health kit on number H, letter H rather. And then on the right side, this is my secondary skill, which is another type of repulsor blast that actually uses my mana, which is on the right, the blue bar. Now basically in the lower right corner of the screen there, right to the right of the mana bar, you'll see, what is that, an exclamation mark, it looks like, yeah, and then a little team icon. If you click that team icon, you'll be able to access the other characters that you've bought through the cash shop. So for this example, I bought Storm, and I bought, what's his name, Colossus, because Colossus is my boy. Colossus, old school Colossus, remember Colossus? But anyway, if you press the T button, it'll bring up this interface, and then you can double click whichever hero you bought and it'll swap them in. Now, each hero has its own armor, its own skills and power-ups and all that stuff, so it's actually pretty cool. I thought it was okay. My only nitpick, like I said before, was that the character variety isn't really there. You're going to be seeing a bunch of the same character running around, and I don't know if that annoys you or not. It kind of bothered me, and it's not a huge deal, but it was enough to make me kind of go, do I really want to play this? Should I just, wait for Diablo 3 on PS3 and just start back with that, or should I give this an actual look? But that really is going to depend on how big a fan of Marvel and the comics and whatnot that you are, because the bigger a fan of this type of genre, the comic book genre, Marvel, I think you'll like this a lot more. And if you're an action RPG fan, you will probably really dig it with the comic books. Now you see here, Venom is undergoing a transformation. Eddie Brock actually turns into Venom and then runs off, which I thought was kind of cool. You've got like these little cameos sprinkled throughout the levels, which is kind of cool. It's a nice touch. Yeah, this is PC with the settings at max. Well, it's only a PC release actually, so this is the only place you're going to be able to get it. The beta is actually going on from yesterday, which was the 3rd, to I believe the 6th. So if you want to go ahead and download it, go over to let's see here, marvelheroes.com, create an account, and you'll be able to download the game for free and give it a try. I think it's actually pretty cool. It's a good idea. It's actually made by David Brevik, who is the original creator of the Diablo series, Diablo 1 and 2. So the game has promise. It's in beta right now, so I really didn't spend too much time. I don't really get that invested with betas. So from what I saw, it's a pretty cool game. Check it out. Download it. It's free to play, free to download, free to try for this weekend. And let me know what you think in the comics here, or comments. Comments? Comments. I'm Bloodburger, and thank you guys for watching.